Welcome back to the Panthers.com video mailbag presented by CEENTA. Staff writer Max Henson here answering your questions ahead of Week 3, the first divisional matchup of the year against the Saints. We got our first question from Justin Boyer, who asks, has the offense had difficulty figuring out how to use McCaffrey? Yeah, I don't think they've had difficulty figuring out how to use him. I mean, look, we've seen him line up all over the place. We've seen him line up as a running back, as a wide receiver. You've seen him take wildcat snaps. They've used him in motion. I mean, not to mention the special teams ability as a punt return. I mean, we've seen him do a whole bunch of different things, and I don't think they've had difficulty figuring out how to use him. I think the thing that's been difficult is having that production that everybody was expecting. And there was the hype machine for him coming out of training camp in the preseason, and I know everybody expected big numbers and touchdown after touchdown from McCaffrey, but it's not that easy, of course, and in the regular season right now, we've seen defenses really keying on him. That's created opportunities for others. I think it's going to continue to create opportunities for others because people are going to have eyes on 22 at all times. And I think that production is going to start to increase. I think we just got to pump the brakes a little bit. It's been 2 games. They played 2 pretty good defenses. Week 3 against the Saints, I would expect McCaffrey to maybe find some more openings, create some more space, and I don't think it'll be too long before that first career touchdown comes and that first breakout game really comes. We've got our next question from Michael Trochet, who says, I know Cam has a decreased role in the run game, but with his passing still rusty, at what point does the read option get the green light? This is an interesting question because you make 2 good points. The passing has been rusty so far, which is what we expected coming off shoulder surgery. And as you mentioned, we've talked about this openly throughout the offseason, the Panthers coaching staff, everybody, that Cam's role in the run game is going to decrease. They don't want him exposed to that kind of punishment anymore as he gets to this next step in his career. So with all that said, I think it's an interesting idea to involve him more, but I think the Panthers are going to continue to be cautious with it. I think right now, especially as he's working through the shoulder soreness, there's no need to expose him to those type of hits. It is a part of what he does. You're still going to see him scrambling from time to time. Maybe you'll see more mixed-in, designed runs for Cam. We haven't seen that in the first 2 weeks, and I know people were probably surprised not to see it in the goal line area against Buffalo. So maybe you'll see it sprinkled in a little bit more, but I don't expect to see that going forward as much as you did in the past with Cam. I think they want to try to keep him clean and protected in the pocket, which is a challenge. Can't have the 6 sacks you had last week against Buffalo, but that's the priority in the zone read and Cam carrying the ball. I don't think you're going to see that quite as much. Got our next question from Gage, who says, do you think the defensive production is sustainable while the offense figures it out? I do. I think people look at this defense right now, and everybody, of course, has been impressed. I mean, how could you not be? They've only allowed 3 points a game. They're #1 in total defense. But the skeptics point to the opponents and say, well, they played San Francisco and Buffalo. What does that really say? For me, look, I understand that point of view, but I think they have obviously an opportunity to prove it here the next 2 weeks against the Saints and New England. I think this defense is for real, and I think if they stay healthy, they can absolutely finish the year as the top defense in the NFL. So many talented pieces in that front 7. We've seen the secondary continue to grow. James Bradbury and Darrell Worley. Again, they keep all those parts together throughout the season. There's no reason to think this defense can't keep it up and really carry this team if it has to. Thanks for your questions this week, everybody. We'll do it again next time right here on Panthers.com.